I clicked the live button, so hello. I'm going to start stealing openings from other shows that I like, and we'll see what we do. So there's some people that really have them kind of choreographed, more or less, like they're set up. There's one I'd really like to do, but I don't have enough space with my big old legs. I'm on time. Fell asleep again. Sheesh. I'm glad I opened my soda before we started because, yeah, 3 viewers, 3 likes. Because Schmecker's, while it is delicious and should call me for sponsorship any day now, like every 5th one just kind of explodes when you open it, no matter what. Like I treat it like I'm carrying nitroglycerin, right? Is that the stuff that'll blow up? I think I have the wrong chemical. Oh yeah, time zones. You're in the other minute time zone, Major. So yeah, hey, welcome guys. We got Moon, we got Wally, we got Major, got Moon again. So thanks for coming in. Moon's not on a road trip right now. Moon, do you wear that cowboy hat while you're driving in those road trips, or is it just your like cover photo? Moon left. I'm probably gonna freeze a little bit tonight. We'll see. But guys, so tonight we had a cancellation again. So last time we were gonna have Feeder Plug on, it was my fault, and I misscheduled. I misread what he said he could do for the show as far as times, and we're gonna see if I can just see without the glasses tonight. And I misread it, and it's my fault. So I had the wrong day, and I didn't realize it in time. I realized it like that day. So, we lost Wally already. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think there'd be a lot of people showing up once I kind of told them it wasn't the same thing. But while I tell stories for real quick and give an update, Major and Moon, go ahead and think about what's your favorite top 3. Oh, Wally's still here too. This YouTube thing. There could be 35 people in here. I don't know. It's not reliable on who's watching. So the 3 of you then, I guess, what's your favorite invert? And then we'll discuss those 3 inverts. So I'm going to guess I know Wally's. I don't know Moon's. Moon's always changing his stuff up. Yeah, Major's not that strange. Like the YouTube live thing is always off. So it'll say I have like 15 and there's like 3. Yeah, so anyway. Last week I couldn't do a show because I was just getting out of the hospital. So I was in the neurological ICU, for those of you that don't follow me on Facebook, because of the endless political chanting. 100 indictments, 100 felonies. Sorry, I got something in my throat. So, kind of inverted. Yeah, you're kind of inverted, Wally. You didn't cancel. Moon, you never cancel. You're the best. So yeah, I was in the ICU, which is the intensive care unit, I think. And I actually got some beautiful nurses this time, not the like Fred Flintstone, She Bigfoot nurses that I usually get. Like, no disrespect to them. They're very good in a jam. But I got some really beautiful nurses. It was kind of exciting. So it didn't help my heart rate at all. But anyway, I went into the urgent care with high blood pressure, and I wanted to get that addressed because it's never really been addressed. And I mentioned to them that I had forgotten a couple things that I know. Like I forgot my address. I had to look it up on my ID when I filled out the paperwork to get into the urgent care. I just mean invertebrates, Major. It's a long, invertebrates, a big group. So, yeah, I forgotten my address. I had to like look it up, the house number. And then at work earlier that day or the day before, I work in a bank. I couldn't remember my password for the alarm code. So I had to pull that out of my wallet. I had the numbers, but yeah, I should have called you, Major. I remember the numbers, but not the sequence. So that was an emergency, apparently. So I got to ride in an ambulance. I got to teach the ambulance driver how to set a catheter in your arm, not a pee-pee catheter, but an arm catheter. And that was fun. Like to see the look on a medical professional's face when you're telling them how to do their job. Let me tell you, they're not big fans. But he did it. He did it right after I told him. But yeah, so I have a small brain bleed in my head, like right here. If you went down 2 inches from here, straight in, there is a brain bleed there that is about the size of my middle fingernail. So you see that there. That's what the doctor told me. It's medical. Okay, I'm just taking the opportunity to flip you guys off. Not the live audience, but if you're not watching live, then it's this fingernail right here. You should tune in earlier. So you should tune in live if you didn't want to get the finger. Who else flips off their audience? I don't know a YouTuber that does that. So it's not operable right now. There's not an urgent need to operate on it, which is good because it's in a very deep part of the brain to suck out this little blood clot. They're just hoping it doesn't get bigger, so they're going to monitor to get another MRI. But yeah, so I got out of the hospital Sunday. I think I got home Monday. I was supposed to be off work for 3 weeks, but I went back yesterday like an idiot, and it sucked. So I've had to really be careful. So blood pressure is the big issue that could make it really bad. So everything else went really well. So new meds, new doctors. I have like 4 doctors now, where I had 1. I didn't even have 1. I had 0. So I have 4 doctors now. I'm going to get a neuro doctor again. 5 doctors now. But other than that, should be back in shape, guys. Come on. It's going to take more than that to put me down. Nothing will get through this skull. It just has to start from the inside, right? That's the only thing. It wasn't a pulmonary embolism. It's called it could cause a stroke. That's right. It could be real serious. Could call an embolism, could cause a stroke, could cause all kinds of stuff. So what could happen is a decent prognosis. It could go away. I could get off of blood pressure medicine if I change my diet and exercise, which I started doing. I kind of changed my diet a little bit. Moon, my wife had a stroke like 3 years ago. A week before my birthday. Happy birthday. Strokes are not fun. They are not fun. And we couldn't live with 2 strokes in one house. I don't know how your wife's was. I know what you went through, at least a little bit. My wife's was serious at first, but her recovery's been pretty excellent. She's back like 90% of what she was. For the most part, she doesn't have as much like longevity. She can't do a whole lot for so long. So you can't really get better than that. I think she whatever, she's doing great. So we're very grateful for both of us having not such serious issues. But I saw something. We're going to move on. So I saw something about, let's see. Dude, dogs are not invertebrates. I'm telling you, not all phylums are invertebrates. So you got jumping spiders. You got my address. Jumpers is still something I haven't gotten somebody on to talk about. I'm going to see if I could get Ryan Marshall or something. Somebody to come on. Somebody's got to come on to talk jumpers, crying out loud. Let's see. Be active to prevent clotting. Yep. Mm-hmm. I take my medicine pretty religiously. So right after the show, I'm due to take more. So the hard part is remembering to take which meds when. So I have to get one of those little things. And it'll work the first month. And then I'll never load it again. So that'll suck. Just like my wife. I'm glad I'm not on her deal because she's got like a basket of meds. But yeah, let's start with jumping spiders. So I've kept them on and off. I have a few that live down here that hatched last year, I think. Because I had a bunch of babies last year. They were everywhere. So clearly somebody was loving their life down here. So tiny jumping spiders are even cuter than the other ones. And they feasted on fungus gnats. So I did nothing to control my fungus gnats last year. And I had the rest of the basement had spider bloom last year. But now the fungus gnats have all kind of died off. So, yeah, you're looking like you're typing a lot there, Major. I feel like Major's got some ADHD. I'm going to diagnose that a little bit right now. I may be right. I may be wrong. You might want to get that checked. It just means you're fun. But jumpers are, I think, the best intro spider. I can't think of a better one to introduce people that don't like spiders. If you find someone that doesn't like jumpers, they're just being obstinate. Like, there's not many animals cuter than a jumping spider. I think eating dinner. What's for dinner, Wally? Oh, you're from Wisconsin. It's cheese. What's up, Justin? Set alarm for your medication on your phone. I just take it when I wake up, and then I take it before bed. So I haven't missed one yet. I did get confused about whether or not I took my mental health med. And so the question was, do I take it in double dose, or do I take it and it's fine? And so I erred on the side of taking it. So because I didn't want to have a bad rest of my day. And working at a bank, I have like 57. Oh, this is my phone. This is my sweet phone case. I have like 57 alarms on my phone as it is. I won't know what the heck it's for. Chicken salad. Is that Nanette special or yours? And does it have bean beetles in it, like the peanut butter that you had? I do remember that video. I remember. I've been around a long time on your channel, Wally. Yeah, I think jumpers are great. Like, they make their own little sleeping bag upside down. They explore. They're expressive. They're one of the bugs that, you can watch them watch you back. My wife thinks they look like tiny tarantulas, but tarantulas really don't have eyes. Like, I know they have eyes, but there's like these little dots, and that's not cute. Nice. And that's special. Instant ramen. That's one of my jams. I'm not going to lie, ramen. Instant ramen. I take instant ramen and I make something fabulous out of it. So I'm a big fan of ramen myself. I don't know that it's good for anything else to eat. I've heard mixed things about pasta and any of your animals at all, so I don't do it. So, but I don't have facts on that. I've heard vague things. Who keeps jumpers? Which one of you guys keeps jumpers? If you're watching this later, put something in the comments. What's your favorite invert? Let's talk about it. Put it up on Facebook. I'll put a post up there later. Let's talk about, whatever you want. We did book a person for scorpions. Asheville Wildside is going to come on and talk about scorpions. We have Ryan Marshall's going to come on. Scott Ellicott's going to come back on and talk ants. I think we know I'm a big fan of ants. Sometimes on these rocks right here, this is the bottom of the waterfall, you can see, they will be crawling on the rocks underwater. So that's different. I didn't know ants would do that ever. Is that my reflection? Okay. There's a massive female beta in here that she always comes up to see me. Always exciting to see her. You might see the shadow of fish go by here and there. I also love my nearite snails that are in here. I have 2 nearite snails that are doing great. They are just loving life, so I'll probably have a few more nearite snails at some point. Maybe put one in with the Obeula. Obeula, also great invert. Beetle guy. Oh my gosh, it's been forever, dude. Beetle guy used to be here early every day. I thought he changed names and turned into Major Wad. Kind of used to with things around the house. Extremely knowledgeable about them back then, though. I had to release them because I was getting going on the town. That's a cool thing about keeping local bugs is you can just let them go again. So the last 3 jumpers I kept, I found down here in the basement already, and I just made sure they got food and water. Yeah, I didn't realize that, Moon. I think they have hairs on them, so I think that they can trap a little bit of air, and they can breathe through spiracles on each of their segments. So mostly their abdomen, actually. So yeah, that makes sense. I was trying to get him out. I feel bad for him, but I said, you know what? You chose it. So good luck with that. Yeah, man, it's good to see you. I understand crazy life right now. Life has been crazy. Work's been crazy. The channel's been a blessing because it's just something to relax. And this is like my going out to the bar is what it is. But, Beetle, we're talking about inverts. What's your favorite one, buddy? I know invertebrates is a big topic, but let me have it. We are going to try to get a big octopus person on the show. I'm a huge fan of theirs, and I want to see if they'll come on and talk about octopi, possibly talk about cuttlefish. I know that he recently got a flamboyant cuttlefish. No, Manash, I'm here. No way. I keep seeing my reflection in the back there, and you can see my basketball shorts. I didn't realize. I'm so cozy. Been taking it real easy. Plural of octopus is. It's either or. Officially, octopus, octopi. We could go either way. Beetles. What kind of beetle? What's your jam? Top three. Top three, beetle. Wally, what's an invert that excites you? They're just orange. They're just orange. Favorite color. I was trying to get Wally to watch the show longer with orange shorts. It's his favorite color, too. I don't know about his favorite color shorts. My opinion is incorrect. I don't know, man. That must be another update. I think octopods is like various species. Are you talking about multiple species or multiple individuals in a species? See, you already came up with like three of them. So it could be any. You call them whatever you want. Multiple octopuses are called George. Getting Waller to watch my orange shorts. Sorry, Nanette. Get some orange shorts. You'll get his attention. Well, yeah, octopus is octopus. Wait, where are you at? The plural form of octopus. Love darklings and scarabs. My blues are probably my favorite, though. Blue Death Fainters? Is that what you're talking about? Love darkling beetles. I'm going to need you to convince me on that one. Blue Death Fainting beetles. There are so many cool ones. Now that I know that they do booty chirps, I really want to get some velvet ants because octopes. Octopes, that's got to be it. I would really love to get some velvet ants, even though if I lived somewhere that they were more prevalent, I would definitely go out and get them as often as possible. Just fill a tank because they're just so cool. I know they're a little bit dangerous, but they're just so cool. The octopus thing? Hey, man, if people are going to subscribe for that, let them unsubscribe. I don't care. People are going to subscribe to just about anything. You can find any reason to unsubscribe. Favorite invert, the king of Icepod. Isopoda. And the king has been established as Hoffman Sangai. So, an octoplosion is when the babies are born. So, yeah, they octoplode out of the egg. It's official. It's a thing. Now, velvet ants are super cool, too. TJ is sending me a mystery box. What? TJ Homebrew? TJ Homebrew? Have you guys been watching the Creepy Dave videos on YouTube? And then recently on my Facebook, because Creepy Dave is the greatest thing ever. He's even better than TJ Umbrell. I have to get his merch. I don't really buy people's merch, but I need a Creepy Dave t-shirt because the old Crappy and the Crappy Barbara are some of the funniest things I've ever seen. If you haven't seen it, we'll get some you're Creepy Dave? I'm going to have to hear you do the voice. I'm putting together some of my own Creepy Dave videos from the zoo. If you saw the picture that I took in the thumbnail, it's probably up there. I don't know where you're watching. But yeah, I did some Creepy Dave videos at the zoo because I could do the voice pretty well. Not with an audience, but I did it. Well, I guess I did it with an audience there. So, what did he call him? The Hedgehog? He always says it like 4 or 5 different ways, and then mentions Steve. It works out. It probably works out like my friend Steve. Found some huge isopods in a cave on the beach. Yes, the beach ones, the ones on the shoreline, are pretty massive. My buddy Cheyenne Boots from Pod Solo, he had kept some, and they all died off. Basically, he's an ex-reef tank guy, so he made a reef tank where it just dripped water over live rock or dead rock, I guess. And they did great for a while, but then they all kind of died off. Must have been as big as small dubia roaches. Wow. I think that beetle took the tarantula out in the wild. The one on Beetle Guy picture. Oh, dang. It's called a slurp. Octopus. I think if octopuses had a society, we'd be dead. Chiton? What's a chiton? They were 100% isopods. I shared my pics on Insta and videos. Oh, God, this octopus thing is going on and on and on. I think we're going to go total invertebrate. My favorite invertebrate is an octopus. Léger pelissé. Menagerie. That's pretty excellent. I did see the pictures. They're pretty massive. They're like your thumb. They're a little about the size of your thumb. They look like. Chiton look kind of isopodish, but they usually attach to rocks, kind of like barnacles. Gross. Yeah, these were definitely mobile. There was no attachment. Octopus is called a slurpee. Don't eat octopuses. They have 0 felony charges pending against them. 0. No octopus has felony charges. Every time they attack a human, it's self-defense. And totally legit. The lighting looked better a while ago. And now I'm like super washed out and look greasy. Does this need to get turned off? Is that what it is? There we go. Oh. Let's see. That's a little bit. Now I just look like I have one side of my greasy face. No, don't eat octopus. They don't taste great. They're always rubbery and shitty, and they just taste like whatever seasoning you put on them. It's like a tofu of the sea. Gross. You'd fart on an octopus. This conversation got super weird, and it's not even my fault. Why would you fart on an octopus? Yeah, dolphins are jerks. A lot of almost said copepods. No, they're not copepods. Help me out. What kind of pod is a dolphin? I know they travel in pods. It kind of is my fault. I have set this community in the direction that it's wound up in. So it is my fault. I always promote chicanery. Or chalatery. What is it? Chilote. Had some pretty tasty octopus, actually. Yeah, they're gross. I don't know why. Ugh. Every time, this is going to be dark, but every time I see someone like they ate a live octopus and it strangled them out from inside, like they both died, basically. And I'm like, yeah, that tracks. Like, you rolled those dice. I'm not going to feel bad for you at all. Beluga whales are fat dolphins. It'd probably be a wet fart. This is a fart an invertebrate? We are not talking about invertebrates at all, you guys. This is crazy. This is one long tangent. Calamari, you know what? I don't know. Squids are kind of savage. I don't feel like they're probably as smart as octopus. They kind of scare me. I'm not against people eating calamari as much. I will show you guys the Castle Grayskull that I painted. This is from a board game that I bought. This is not done. These are going to look like they glow. So I'm working on that. But I painted this. Need some better light on it. There we go. It was just gray. Turning it into a dice tower for the game. So you pour the dice in the top, and they'll fall out here. Is that, can you see the back? Oh, that's my fingers inside it. I'm like, is that a mirror? So they'll go in the top, and then they'll fall out the bottom. So it's pretty dope. I'm excited. It's pretty close to the original. Pretty close to the original, I think. Thanks, Menagerie. Eat an octopus one arm at a time. Man. Like a stone crab? Stone crabs grow back there? I guess they would when they molt. Kind of like crabs. Fan of crabs. I'll gobble a crab. Yeah. Or keep them in a tank. I don't have them in here, but I'm going to keep vampire crabs in my morning geckos. Sandy, who's out of town right now, she thought I said I'm going to keep them, the morning geckos, with scorpions, with vampire scorpions. And that concept terrified me. Vampire scorpions. If they did have scorpions with those kind of amazing colors, holy cow, I'd be a scorpion keeper. Because that would just be awesome. But I can't imagine how venomous a beautiful scorpion would be. Like, how venomous. The prettier things are in the wild, the more toxic they are generally. But, no, crabs are not great in your pants. Or your eyebrows. Don't get them in your eyebrows either. I feel like my eye looks really bloodshot. Let me just do that. That'll get some unsubscribers. Completely fair. Yeah, my buddy got him in his eyebrows at a disreputable bachelor party. Back in the day when bachelor parties were a blast and not, canceled. Goddamn cancel culture. Yeah, unsub Spike. No, we don't need that, man. Why would you say it out loud? Damn. Somebody's going to see that and be like, that'll be funny. Click. We just hit 433. This video will get me 0 new subscribers. I have to do more shorts. What do you guys think of that? Like, you have to get shorts to get hits and views and clicks and subs. But no disrespect to the people that do shorts. Like, that's just not my thing. And it feels, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like, that's not the motif of the channel. It's cool. Like, I don't mind them. I love Wally's. I love a bunch of other shorts that I've seen. Moon puts up some shorts that are fun. I don't know. It's just not my jam, but I do like the response that I get, and it's good to see. Damn algorithm. Shorts in the orange shorts. Woo! Little leg. Not showing off my berry, am I? No. I got this weird mole growing under my knee on the other side. It's like hanging there. A weird berry grew off of my leg. You gotta get some dental floss and let it rot, I guess is what you do. That's a thing. That's my mom's advice. Any scratch I would have gotten, she'd have me in for tetanus shots. But, tie off a part of your body and let it just rot until it falls off. Totally seems safe. Totally. Yeah, me too, Menagerie. I think it's an older person thing, but no, I've never had crabs. I don't know if that means I'm boring or not, but no, never had crabs. I'm not bragging. Like, whatever. If you had them, you had them. They happen. Just was never anything I got to suffer through. So that's fine. Some real talk. Don't really like shorts. Long form video. Oh, shorts. Orange shorts. Yeah, and I think the long form video people are kind of. I'm not really going to make any shorts from the long form videos. I still need to do one from the video with Wally and Nanette where Wally pops some tags, because that series is like one of the funniest things I've ever seen or been a part of, and it was on my show, and it wasn't even me, but it was hysterical. Like, if you watched it, if you haven't watched it, I don't remember what we were actually supposed to talk about. budgets or something. Was it super boring? Was it something super boring talking about like repurposing stuff? I've always been on the show like 50 times. I don't remember that episode, but I remember that part of that episode. And I remember having to bust up like 3 or 4 more times during the episode because I would remember and have to start laughing again. Major just watched it and commented, and it made me laugh. Your comment made me remember it and laugh before I even went back and clicked it again. So that would make a good short. Absolutely. People could put that on their phone just to have it. Okay. All right, Major. That's good. Molly, we're getting some good use out of this. Very productive. Major's laughed so hard he's dropping deuces. That's good. I'm going to drop some deuce. Only got 40 kernels in that deucer. It's not very good. That's on the spot. Those lyrics are bad. Yeah, don't hold me to that. I'm usually pretty good at freeform lyrics, but that was bad. That was bad. That's a lot of pressure being on here. Let me tell you. Did you guys see I reapplied my barrier? This is alcohol and baby powder. I found a better way to do it. If you're an ant keeper and you want a better way to do it, you make like a slurry, kind of like a cornstarch slurry with baby powder and alcohol, right? So then you dip a cotton ball in it. Here's a better way, I think. It worked for me because I have power cords. There's a power cord for the waterfall here, and there's a power cord and a air tube over here for the, I guess it's just air tubing for the bubble wall feature that's over here. Let me see if you can see that it's doing stuff. Not really. Yeah, pardon my mess. I've been kind of trying to renovate down here, and I have a doctor's order to be lazy. So I'm doing it kind of half-assed right now. But you have to coat that stuff in the baby powder so they don't get out, right? So coating it onto silicone tubing and or plastic uneven wires, right? Power cords. So anyway, you take your powder, your baby powder, put it in a little container, I use a little, one of those 2-ounce deli cups, right? That you would put like your gecko food or whatever. And then not much, just a little bit, not even that much, like a little on the bottom. You take your ball, soak it in the alcohol, set it on the baby powder. So it turns it into like, excuse me, like a thicker, more manageable application. So you kind of like dab it as you go, and it leaves like a thicker, almost a crust on the surface. And so far it's lasted really long. So other people will make the slurry and then kind of dredge the cotton ball in it and then go. And then I got big streaks like this. I didn't get that with the other format. So yeah, it worked out really well for me. So it might work for you. Your mileage may vary, but that worked really good. And after all the different things that I've tried, the baby powder and alcohol is the best ant barrier. It works far better than my ants anyway defeated every other barrier without a problem until I got mad and put up 4 separate barriers in layers. So in the original tank in the 30-gallon, which is right there. So you can see the barrier there. See how thick it is. It's like pure white. It's not for aesthetics. You can't really see it from the outside, but you can barely see this here. So it's not that big a deal. I guess you can see it on that side. So she's not really trying to get out anymore now that she has plenty of space. And it's getting fed regularly. So this guy, this is where all the babies are. This is where the babies happen. Okay, the eggs are over here. And this is where the pupa are, all in here. So let me see. I think I showed you guys last week. So that's just boring now. Face fuchsia poop face. Face fuchsia poop face. What? Poop shape? That's wild. Okay, I don't know what's going on. As usual. So this barrier, oh, you guys can't see. This is ants. Yeah, they're just all over the place. So the nest is in full swing because I gave them protein a couple days in a row. Camera won't reach very far. You kind of see them up in here, right? So watch this area right here. Let's see. Let me drop in there. There we go. Is that really, can you see it? Can you see them be mad? Oh, not there. There they go. So now what you can't see right now, there's a video, there's a short from a while ago. They sound like Rice Krispies. Like when you pour milk on Rice Krispies, that popping, they sound like that as they're angry like this. I don't really do this to them very often. See this? This is like 400 ants or so, just angry right here. They're over here too. This is one of the crappy parts of the nests that didn't quite work out right. Yeah, I've had better builds. But that's my Sheila. That's my girl. Oh, I was going to check. I forgot. Let's see if we got any babies. What's your super drama creator beef with Ants Canada? And what will you box with? I don't have any super drama beef with Ants Canada, except that he started me on this whole thing. So these are going to be, this is the next colony. This is Edna. And Edna, you can see her right here. And these are actual pupa. So she'll be the one to have babies, like actual nanetics. Nanetics? Nanettes. She'll have nanettes. Do they taste like, no, they taste like lemon, kind of. Like they have a lemon taste from that acid that they shoot. What's my super drama creator beef? Yeah, I'm way out of his weight class. I think the guy's a genius. So as soon as he got, I don't know how many viewers, but he moved back to Thailand, right? Or no, the Philippines. He moved back to the Philippines, which is, I don't even know how many times cheaper to live there than it is here. And he got to build this crazy, they're bug flavored. They're the bug thing. The ants are not crispy. So he moved back to Philippines and he built this complex. It's like, and he wanted to look for ants on this other property, but he doesn't like to go on other people's, he doesn't go on other people's property to look for ants because that's, trespassing. It's rude. I don't know what happens in the Philippines. I don't know if they're gun crazy there too, like if you get shot or what, but they, he built this thing and it's amazing. He's also into birds. So he has this huge aviary in the middle of the complex. One thing is like this huge building for ants and his ant show. And then the next middle part is this like 5 or 6 story aviary. And then apartments. There's like these little apartments on the other side for like his staff and editors and stuff and all these people and him, obviously. But he just bought the farm next to him because he wanted to look for ants there. And he's leaving it wild as ant habitat. So it's pretty awesome. I'll move to the Philippines as soon as I get 1 million subs. As soon as I get 1 million subs. When I get that gold button, I'm out, you guys. So I don't know if Philippines would be where I'd head. Probably New Zealand. I don't know. It's probably not cheaper to live in New Zealand, but I'd probably just head to New Zealand. I would just I don't know what I would do with all my stuff, but I'd find a good home for all my stuff. So I'd probably have to, I don't know what I'd have to do with Sheila if I'm in countries. I'd have to probably euthanize her. But now there's only 2 people here. See, it lies. I don't think there's only 2 people here. I think there's more than 2 people here. But yeah, I don't have any beef. The thing that people don't like about Ants Canada is his practices are not the best. Especially in the beginning, they weren't the best. He didn't have a lot of qualms about keeping foreign ants. He didn't have, it's a big no. I'm not supposed to have ants from another state even without paperwork, right? So my one queen I have is from another state, but it's the Pogonomyrmex occidentalis. Occidentalis is how it's pronounced. And she is got papers, right? So they're free range. You can send them anywhere in the 48 continental United States. And a couple discolor species. Actually, Sheila. I could have Sheila anywhere in the United States. I think Florida, maybe not, but they're already everywhere in the United States. So it's fine. There's a lot of content just for shock value. I don't think a lot of his content is shock value. he does do some clickbaity stuff, and he's got the algorithm kind of sorted out. Like he figured it out, so he does stuff for that reason. He just gave him like a raw chicken foot or something. His fire ant colony, which he's done before. He gave him a chicken head or something, and whatever else. Like I don't know. I've posted live feeder videos. It's not a thing. Everybody with inverts posts their live feed videos. Not everybody, but a lot of people post live feed videos. It's not like, I don't know. I don't see the harm in it. You're feeding them anyway. You're going to feed them that stuff anyway, just to see it, like to see the cool effects. Like Sheila will steal food from the fish. She'll go down when I put in like 2FX cakes. She'll go down and steal them. Or like freeze-dried Kamaras. All of a sudden you'll see ants hauling those shrimp up the side to the nest. So, and then they go across the canopy here to the other tank, to the small tank over there, and feed the babies, because the babies are where all the protein goes. Ooh, 100K. Yeah. Hey, if you want to drop 100K on the show, reach out. I'll make it happen. So I'll make it as easy as possible for you. I promise. So that's 6. It's a 6. It's not a 0. There's 6 of you watching now. And I'm totally grateful. But yeah, on the Patreon, we need a 100K level tier. I wonder if that's possible, if I could put that up there just to see. It doesn't cost me anything to have it. It would be funny, though, which I'm going to do that after the show. Oh, Kyle Sterling. Oh, man, you're going to be a regular now? Kyle, what's your favorite invert? We're going to do another live stream at Kyle's. Labor Day, I think we settled on, around Labor Day. So Kyle's the guy that we went to his house twice. I think we filmed from the house. I know we filmed once from the house. I thought it was twice. Guy's got a zoo. He's got the setup that I couldn't have a job and have that setup. I couldn't do anything but that setup if that was my life. There's no way. It'd have to be a full-time. I couldn't have a wife, kid. If I had a date, it would be somebody coming over to help me fix up a setup or feed or whatever, because it's crazy. Kyle, we're getting a blue tongue skink this week. And we're excited. We're excited about it. Named, we're pretty sure it's a girl. So her name is probably going to be Bingo. So if you've seen the show Bluey, which I totally have talked about before, and you need to watch it, Bluey is probably the best cartoon ever made for parents. It has made me a better parent, this cartoon. I thought Sesame Street would have, but Sesame Street made me a better kid and probably a better adult. But as far as parents, I think the biggest influence I've had is Bluey. Yeah. So if you know, you know. If you don't, it's on Disney Plus. Like, go check it out. It's amazing. It's hilarious. The first episode, he calls his kids reprobates. Like, it's awesome. He doesn't do it again. So I don't know if he got a hassle for it or if the creators got a hassle for it. All my friends say Bluey is great, but I'm sticking to Thomas and Friends. Dude, straight up, kick Thomas to the curb. No. Thomas's weird, scary face. Go watch Bluey. Sign up right now. Go watch. Oh my God. I don't know. She's orange. I don't know what type. I wish I paid attention. I want to say a northern. It's like the most basic kind, I think. But I got to pick out of a litter of like 13. And mine's top of the line. She is gorgeous. Mantises are cool. I used to breed, there's this little, I don't even remember what they were, but there are these little green African mantises. They're about this big, full-sized, and just these tiny little green mantises, bright green. Yeah, there you go. But they were, I bred them, and I didn't really have anyone that bought them. So I would just have a basement of like 200 or 300 of these little tiny mantises in deli cups, individual deli cups with, a little plant and a stick and whatever else, and the paper towel on the bottom. And then I had fruit flies everywhere because trying to feed them in these tiny cups is kind of crazy, and pinheads, all the time pinheads. I was catching stuff for them to eat, which is kind of a no-no because you don't know what that bug's been exposed to. I never had a problem that I know of. A couple mist malts. I recently kept. Well, I have an ant mantis over here, but it's really small and it's hard to see. Or I'd get him out. I have one ant mantis left out of the two. Three? Was it three? One escaped. One mismalted like immediately after I got them, and then this last one is here. So, and I think it's a female, so it's probably gonna live. But the young ones, I wish mantises there was a way to keep them in their early molts because I think they look so much cooler as bebes. Once they get wings, they're like, they're mostly kind of boring now to me. But excuse me, guys, one moment. I gotta blow my nose. There's something going on up here. I'm gonna mute myself. Here we go. There we go. Sorry, something's going on around here lately. So I don't think there's anything there. I just want to make sure. You don't want people tuning in like, no, this guy's live with a giant booger. Gotta check it out. But I think mantises look so much cooler when they're babies, like 85, 90% of the time. There's not a whole lot that look cooler. There's the stick mantises. I think they are the grass mantids. They look really cool. Anything with a really bizarre shape. Ghost mantis looks really cool. They're super alien. Oh man, I blow my nose from my toes. Like it's serious business. People make fun of me all the time if they haven't heard me blow my nose before. It's like a goose mating call. It's bad. But yeah, baby mantises are till like they're L4, L5. Once they get their wings, it's like, oh, okay, it's a mantis again. They're still cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love a mantis, but it's not as cool. Like, is it Diabolus? The ones that are like little red demons, little red demon bugs, and then they turn into like kind of a boring adult. Boxing mantises, those are cool. I've kept those. I had an unsuccessful breeding. I had 3, and the female ate both males in a row. Like, never had babies. Thought maybe they were going to have babies because they were so fat, but then they got real skinny again after they got hungry. So, Tiger King type of scandal, not as spot in for the world. I think it's in the process of happening right now, dude. I don't know that it's as big as Tiger King, but there's stuff going on right now that I'm hearing about that's not my favorite news. So it's not great. I'm not going to out it here. Like, you can root around and see. There's all kinds of little drama with little people that aren't verified as fully as being turds or not. But I mean, I definitely am on. I have strong feelings about everything. So I have the people that are on one side of who I like, and then there's the others that I don't. And I just kind of, I keep my distance, but I watch them because I like drama. So I think it's funny to watch people like try to recover customers and friends after their name has been tarnished. And then you do the research and find out that nobody really tarnished their name. They just kind of did it to themselves for the most part. I do still think people are being too savage out there. Like, it's a community. That's where you're going to make your sales. That's where you're going to make your name, is getting involved in the community and not just tons of giveaways and tons of crazy stuff. I will say all the people that won Springtails when we had Austin and Ryan on the show, I expect some extras. So, yeah, that was a generous giveaway, and it's about to get more generous. Beetle Guy, I will say nothing more. So you'll have to check it out. I don't know if you saw, I just posted about, what's that guy's name that keeps the snakes, and he's got like a zookeeper uniform, but he's in no way a zookeeper, and he's got all the, like a mini zoo. He's got all kinds of animals, and they're all in too small of enclosures, and they're all like, he gets weird reactions out of them to have them like try to strike him or something, or he gets bit, and I don't like that guy very much at all. I think he needs to like not be around anymore as a YouTuber. Not like on the earth, but like as an animal keeper, maybe he should not. Jay Brewer, is that the guy I'm thinking of? He's got a beard. He's a little heavy. He's always doing random stuff to like piss off a snake. Any other keepers, like, yeah, that pissed him off. Like, why are you surprised? No, you don't have a mean snake. Like, you're dumb. That's the deal. Sorry. You're dumb. What are you teaching people by pissing off this snake that you're supposed to be taking care of? The only time I saw any value in it was he had the snakes and he like made them bite like a chicken thigh or something, chicken breast, and then he kept the chicken breast separate in containers for a week, and you got to see the effects that the venom had on it. So, I mean, it was all pretty like, yeah, duh. This is what happens when you put like a necrotic toxin into meat, is it deteriorates it. If you put a neurotoxin into meat, it doesn't. So venomous snake YouTubers bother me the most. Yeah, I feel like a lot of them. There are some that really get you to respect the animal. They definitely teach you respect and they promote the respect of the animal. But they don't. There's a lot that don't. There's a lot that just have them because they're cool. And who just got tagged? Somebody just got tagged by one of the snakes. Somebody just got tagged in the finger by like some kind of brown snake. I don't know what I'm not a snake guy. I don't know, but he got tagged in the finger by a venomous snake, and he was like far from medical attention. So it was not good for him. All right, Major, get ready. He did lose weight? Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch a show, so all I know, I've seen old clips, and I've seen clips that people post because they're mad at him. I won't watch like his show, but I'll watch whatever somebody else posts. If they post a little clip that doesn't directly take you to YouTube, I don't know if that counts as a view. I don't want to give out views to people I don't support. Tyler Nolan, is he like that young Australian guy? I don't know. Oh, Tyler Nolan got bit by the king cobra. That's what it was. Okay, sorry. I'm off. Yeah, they do it for the views, and it sucks. Like that Cody, the frick is his name? The Brave Wilderness guy. That idiot. Watching him get stung is kind of funny because he's so dramatic about it. Like, I get that it hurts, but every time, it's like he's been constipated for 8 days, and he's finally getting it out, and he doesn't have to laugh at Wally to get it out. Like, he doesn't have that opportunity. So it's not like a natural, like, one and done. It's like really struggling. That's what he looks like every time. If you imagine that while you watch Cody from Brave Wilderness, that's funny. That makes it even funnier. If you imagine him trying to drop a deuce, super good. Yeah, he's a jackass. He kind of retired from that bit. He's got another guy that does it now or something. He's got another like I gotta get bit for money guy. But again, it got them 1 billion views. You know, I'll just take my hand in Sheila's tank right now and let her go crazy. Put a little cuts on my hands first. I did. That's not how I spell it. The plural of deuce is dice. So, deuces? Maybe it's deuces. Yeah, I was a fan of watching his videos just because it was funny to me, and it was all like insects. And I know I should have more empathy for insects, but it's like, there's a jillion of them. Like, who? He kind of lets them go. Like, I will say that dude, he gets stung by a wasp, and then he gets that wasp back under that glass cloche. And you guys seriously can't spell deuces? You almost spelled douches. There, that's deuce. Crying out loud. You guys always correcting me how I say stuff and spell stuff. You can't spell deuce. Better be on purpose. You better be doing this on purpose. I raised you better than that. There's a friend of the show that has to rehouse 6 tarantulas, I believe. I believe it's 6. It might be more. I posted on Facebook. It comes with the enclosures. It's like $600, but it comes with their enclosures too. I don't know how rare they are. I can get you. Oh my God, Major, you made my skin crawl with that spelling. Jesus, you guys. That's one of my things. Like, all right. I got to turn off comments. But yeah, so really reputable guy. He's an up and coming entomologist. Actually, he's in school and he works in 3 different labs. So he's got 6. I know one of them was just an Arizona blonde. I don't really know the Latin, so I don't know what else he has. I posted the list in the IsoBuddies Facebook group. But they need to move. He's got to move a lot of stuff, and that's part of it. and he's paying for college and stuff with the money. I don't know if he's willing to deal or not, but it comes with the enclosures, $600. I don't know what kind of enclosures, so I don't really know. He's in Arizona. I haven't met him in person, so he's a great kid. Josh Christinet, we've had him on talking about ants a couple times. He's going to be in a part of a group chat thing, roundtable situation soon. But yeah, that's the guy. So 6 tarantulas. One is an Arizona blonde. It's like 10 years old already. So yeah. Spelling errors aren't that big a deal. I get, especially when it's like typos, because I do it all the time. Major calls me out on it constantly. Because I type too fast. Like, this is my type speed. And I know you heard that. Like, you heard that crazy atomic click on my keyboard. Like, I'm angry every time I type, whether it's about isopods or Wally Kern's feeders or food, the chows, or which is not bad. I'm not saying I'm angry when I'm typing about it. I'm just saying it's the same level. It's something I don't have an emotional tie to. It's delicious. But it is to isopods. It's not to me, but it's not, you saw me eat it. And eat brown sugar, pretending it was it. Or talking about like politics. Politics make me very angry. So trying to cut back on that too. But yeah, I just type really loud. I'm very, very involved in my typing, passionate about typing, passionate. I want to get my opinions out to you before you have anything to say. As loud and quick as possible. That's how I roll. Let's see. Kyle, where do you get most of your animals? Okay, we're going to ask again. We're going to interview Kyle again at on-site. It'll be another on-site because he can't bring his stuff here, but I got a sweet new ride. I'm going to fill my hatchback with as many animals as I can sneak out of his house. Yeah, I need to get those animals. He's one of the poor guys. Oh, Don's here. All right, man. Don, you didn't miss much. We're talking. Don, what's your favorite? Okay, online or expos. Don does a lot of herping in the desert. And what's the coolest thing you ever found out there, Don, in the middle of the night? Like, it doesn't have to be a snake. We're talking inverts. So if you can make it an invert, that's cool. But if not, that's fine too. I know he's like always tripping over rattlesnakes. It's crazy. Is there a bug term for herping? We call it bugging out. I don't know. I don't know if there is. Rock flipping? I'd probably just call it rock flipping. I'm going rock flipping next weekend. Yeah, I don't know. Is there a bug term? I should make one up. I'm going to say rock flipping. That's my candidate. We'll put it on the Patreon. We'll put a thing on the Patreon. We'll come back. We'll make it official. That's how we got Gordon. He's around here somewhere. I don't know what you guys see, but it's the logo guy is my good friend Gordon. I'm bugging out dead bodies. Oh my God. Burbing? Are you for real? Is that a for real thing, Beetle? Or are you like, that's just silly. Either way, if that's real or not, that's silly. Burbing. Also, if you want to help me be creative to get someone to quit their job in a professional manner, what's the best way to do that? Because I have a coworker that everyone hates. It's one of those cancer employees. Like, you work with one of those people that's just a cancer. Doesn't provide anything worthwhile whatsoever to the business. But you know how it is. Sometimes you can't fire people. So, and it's not up to me. So, if you can help me figure out how to get her to quit, I want her to be gone. Let's go invert. Scolopendra heroes. I should know what Scolopendra is. It's a beetle. I'm guessing it's a beetle. No, it's not. That's a tarantula. That's a tarantula. It didn't pop up yet. Right? Is that a tarantula? I know I've seen Scolopendra before. Maybe in this post about scorpions. Don, we have a friend who has a centipede. Fart! Ugh, I hate centipedes. Oh, God. It's probably when my skin crawled when I saw Scolopendra. That must be it. Fine. All right. I lost this version of I should have phoned a friend. You're old enough to get that joke. God bless. Picture an adult man at MGM Studios in Florida, Disney World. You're on vacation with your girlfriend. You're at the fake mock-up Who Wants to Be a Millionaire set that they have. So the deal is they pick one person at random, and then they get to like dial in, and they do the whole thing. They do the whole like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but you win like dumb little Disney prizes. So put Sheila under her desk. Oh my God. I'm gonna need a bigger vehicle. I don't think that'd fit in my van. It takes like so long. Yeah, so you're at Disney World. You're on the set. So how they pick the next contestant is they go by, you have a thing at your seat too. Everybody at their seat has a little thing they can cue in on the answer. And if you're right and fast, that combination, if you're the one that's the most right and the most fast, you get the next round. Like if you're the fastest person that's the most right, when it ends, you get to do the next round. You get to go down. So they do 3 rounds, and they're like, oh, we're out of time. Let's see who the next person would be. Okay, in this story, the guy is me. Okay, the guy is me. I'm like 26, 27 years old. So I'm still cool. And a bunch of people, other kids, and a number pops up, like a seat number. And the kid next to me is like 10. He's like, hey, man, that's your seat. And I look, and I just yell, I didn't even look back up, horseshit. And it was one of those moments, like the needle came off the record, and they're about to change platters. Silence until I yell horseshit. And the guy starts to stammer. Like, oh, okay, guys, have a great day. Enjoy Disney World. So some of the dads around me thought it was really funny. No one else did. I was really mad not to get my shot because I was killing it. So it was bad times. But Disney World is an adult. If you get a chance to do that, go. I don't know if they have a Bluey exhibit. That would be extra cool. But if you get a chance to go as an adult to Disney World, for the love of God, go. It's so great. The food is amazing. Some of the adult stuff they have is amazing. The ability to get to be a kid again is amazing. Go. It's awesome. To wrap up my last topic tonight, since we kind of talked about Scolopendra centipedes, is that one of the big ones? Is that one of those bastards that's like this big? Or is it just like this big and it's weird colors? Okay, so in the hobby, we all know mental health is an issue for me, and it means a lot to me. People get help. In this hobby particularly, iSpod related, people that kind of obsess about keeping life forms other than themselves healthy, happy, in good enclosures, everything enriched, all of that. The more dedicated they are to their animals' overall well-being, I feel like the more is a generalization. It's not everybody, but the more they have like a neurodivergence. That's the new word, right? The more they have a little bit of a mental health issue. So, and I mean, clearly, I'm part of it. If you saw the massive amounts of adult Legos that are back there, and there, and miniatures, and all kinds. Like, I have so many hobbies that I take care of stuff. I think, ask your therapist. I think it's kind of a method to help control our environment. Neurodivergence does not equal stupid. This is one topic I take kind of seriously. So, but I think that's a thing. I kind of put it together a couple months ago, but I didn't know how to bring it up. So I just brought it up plainly right here on a solo mission. I think it's a way that we can cope. Neurodivergence is a different thing. Okay, well, either way, people that have neurodivergence and people that have mental health issues kind of, I think, experience this the same way. And I don't want to say use it, but it's a tool. It's a tool to help them kind of regulate. So you definitely, it's something that you can control entirely, like 100% control it. So Not in a bad way, but like you're in control of that situation. You get to be in control of that situation. So I think in that aspect, it's a good thing. But I have not met, in any of the other hobbies that I do, I've not met as concentrated an amount of people with mental health issues or self-proclaimed neurodivergence. So clearly, I don't know what that is. I need to do some research. I'm probably wrong. Or I can admit when I'm wrong. How's that? But I think it's a good thing. I think it's a positive thing for people to be able to do that, and in such a small way. Isopods, such an easy thing to keep. Plants that you keep with isopods or planted tanks. So yeah, wicked temperature swings is really stressing me out because of my critters. Yeah, if you get those temperature swings, it's not good. You got to find a way to control it. Figure it out. Mine does too, but not in the basement. The basement is very regulated. Like it's surrounded, it's basically insulated by earth, right? So if you keep not everybody can do that, but if you can keep your colonies, yeah. If you can keep your animals in a basement, it works out better, in my opinion. I think I'm onto something, Beetle Guy, but I don't know what it says. Like I'm not a doctor. I'm barely smart. I don't know what it means. But I just think it's a tool. Like when I was in my mental health thing for a month, okay, I was in like an outpatient program. If you watch the old videos, you know, it's important to me. I learned techniques to help me regulate, right? Because I have bipolar. So I learned techniques to help me regulate when the meds aren't really working. Or it's not that they're not working, but my mood is more than they can do. And they can't just change my meds to account for it. I didn't see Frank's comment. Did he do that? Now I got to delete this one, Frank. But some of the tools that I used, I didn't realize this was a tool till I thought about it. When I was down here, I was having a struggle. I was having like a break, right? And I had to do something. I had to use that energy. I was in a manic state and I had to like regulate. So I came down and I took care of my animals. And I felt so much better afterwards. I just felt so calm, so collected. It's a routine. It's, I don't think he did it again. It's routine. It's relaxing. You get to see the progress, like especially with isopods. Like you get to see the progress if you're keeping them right. You get to see the progress, and God forbid you have a crash and then lose your mind a little bit about it. Because it's happened to me where I came down and found that a colony crashed. Like maybe one that I set on a different shelf and didn't realize it. Like I've set a colony on a shelf of empty setups, like setups that they've either outgrown or whatever, and they're just kind of still sitting there because I'm lazy. And it looks like I have a bigger collection than I do because I have these empty setups. We forgot about it, and they dried out. And they all didn't die, but you had a major crash rate. You lost like 60, 70% of your colony. And you can tell because you can count the little bodies. And it happens. It sucks. And, it's my fault. It's my fault that it happened, which makes it suck worse a little bit. So that part's bad. But if you keep that regulation and you keep that control, and it gives you something to look for, it gives you something to do through the day, something that counts on you. Because a lot of times people with mental health issues and the neurodivergence, I'm just going to keep saying it because maybe I'm right on that part, people don't find them to be very reliable. And to be honest, like I'm not super reliable. So me doing this on Tuesdays for like 3 years now is insane. Like nobody can believe I'm still doing it. Nobody that knows me can believe I'm still doing this. And I almost tapped out like 6 months ago. I almost was like, oh, this is my final pod. But I just love doing it. Because we get so busy, you forget about your problems. Yeah, you kind of forget about them. You push them aside. I don't think that's it. There's a little bit to that. Like you kind of have to forget about it a little bit. Because if not, you'll obsess on it. In my case, I'll obsess on my problems, and that makes them so much worse. Like you can't step back. My point is, and my hope is, I can see people doing that. I can see people doing this to forget about their problems. Like it's a drug. Like it's literally a drug taking care of these animals. to everyone who does it. That's hands down, no question. It's a drug to us, okay, or we wouldn't do it. We enjoy it. I'm not saying it'll kill you. I'm not saying you can OD. Well, you kind of can. I've seen animal hoarders. You can OD on animals. Yeah, Beatles, totally right. Totally right. Where was I? What was I saying? Oh yeah, so you forget your problems. You kind of have to, for a minute anyway, so you can start over. I call it find your baseline. So you find your baseline because you lose sight of it. You lose sight of where your baseline is. And so you get grounded. There's another way I guess you would say is that you get grounded and you come back up from that. You have to come back up. Either you get up to grounded or come down to grounded. I have a harder time coming down from my manic state than I do coming up from my depressed state. I know the depressed state is going to end on some level, but it'll come up. Microfauna YouTubers and ice clouds are my drug. There you go. All right. I prefer mini fauna for this show, but I got you. I can see that. I will say Major Wad's the biggest commenter I've ever had. Patron, the videos, pretty fun. There was a lady who was giving you a run for her money. I got to look back and see who she was. She found the videos and then went back to the first one and started watching. So there was a comment for every video, and it was so fun for me to comment on those and have to be like, what was this even about? What is she talking about? Why is she commenting this comment on this video? I have to watch it. But yeah, this thing, I don't have a lot of control over it. It stresses me out a lot. Shoot, my headset's about to die. So we're going to cut this short. But if this works for you as a mental health thing to help you find your center, help you find your base, by God, not this channel, but your hobby, taking care of your animals, taking care of your plants, whatever it is that you're taking care of to make it have a better situation or a good situation and that you're in charge of, use it. Whatever tool you have to. If you have that struggle, do what you have to that's positive and gets in the way of negative things that you can use to regulate, because this is a very positive, great source of regulation that you can help build a community. And a community, getting involved in community if you have mental health issues is such a big deal. It is huge. There's so many times that I've just cut myself out of communities when I was in a crisis state that I've lost friends. I have very few long-term friends in real life, right? You guys are great. People that have been around the channel since it started, like Moon, Wally. Wally's been around since day one. Wally inspired me to do this, talked me into doing it, kind of. All those guys that have been in this community for like, 3+ years, almost 4 years now. That's long-term friends for me. And some of them are legit, like Jedi Monkey, I feel like is a legit friend. Some of the other guys, legit friends. We talk on the regular, on the outside. I'm naming names because you're here. But we talk fairly frequently. So I'm very grateful for that. And that's because of the community that I get to have these friends and have you guys. I mean, I value all of you. I feel like we talk every week, right? So of course I love you guys. But yeah, use it to your benefit. Okay, build that community. Scott's Invert said his animals helps his mental health. See, I feel like it's the same. I should have Scott on. I've been meaning to ask him. I should have him on. I don't know him. He's subscribed, and I'm subscribed to his channel, and I like his videos. I should talk to him. It'd be fun to talk to somebody else about it too. Not maybe on the channel, but whatever. But I think it's important. I think if you have a friend that struggles and you know they're in this community and you know they're doing this, odds are if they're in this community, they struggle with mental health issues. I'll tell you right now, there's like a 75 to 80% chance. It's 100% true. It's a 100% chance that 80% of you have mental health issues. And if you need to reach out and you need to talk to somebody, message me. I will talk to you anytime, anywhere. I might not get back to you immediately, but I will get back to you. And I will discuss as long as you want to discuss. Parasocial. See, I don't even know what that is. You kids and your big words. But reach out. Reach out to somebody. Make connections. Be open to connections on this community because they're so good. A bipolar gang would be so funny to watch. Unless they got their cycles like synced, like women and their period thing. If they got their cycles like in sync, it would be really funny to watch a bipolar gang. Sorry, it'd be really funny. Awesome, Moon. I will. I'll do that. I'll reach out sometime this week, probably Friday while I'm waiting in the doctor's office to see the doctor. So I've got some stuff booked through, well, kind of September. Got my birthday coming up. We're going to do a special episode for that. I forget who it is, but I'm excited for it. I think that's the Scorpion episode that we're finally doing. Hopefully I don't catch any mental health neurovergence on the show. Major, I'm going to guess you have some. I'm going to tell you, get tested for ADHD. I'm like pretty sure. I'm not a psychiatrist, but I've been around. I've met some people. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's mental health or neurodivergence, but I'm going to guess you're in there. You're in there somewhere, bud. That's not an insult. It's not an insult. It's observation. And it's okay. If you have mental health issues, it's fine. It's cool now. If you don't have one, you're the weird kid now. You used to get beat up for having mental health issues. Now, it's the other way around. Like, you don't have asthma? What's wrong with you? But yeah, reach out. Talk to somebody. It's fine, especially if you're having a bad day for it. Yeah, Kyle, you're a young guy. We'll talk about it privately because I was anti-meds for decades. And I tried it out for my wife because I hit crisis mode, and it's literally the best decision I ever made. So, well, besides, getting married. ADHD is neurodivergence. Boom. I knew it, baby. I knew I'd get it. Yeah, reach out. You're normal. You're not bad. Go ahead. It just occurred to me I don't need my headphones because I'm a guest. They might not even be working. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I love you guys. If you want to hit Patreon, I'll make a $100,000 tier. If you want to hit it, hey, man, I don't know your situation. I'm here. I'll take advantage. We are raising some good money. I think we're going to be able to send about $150 to the Virgin Islands for their medical care. I know that probably won't help much, but it may get somebody their prescriptions or a family or a couple people. I don't know what prescriptions go for in the Virgin Islands. I know it's America, so it's probably not good. Maybe you don't have to. It's not a big deal. I'm just saying, if you happen to get tested for that. But the patron is going to do some good work. We're going to try to do some other stuff like that to help people rehouse their pets. Maybe with shipping or something. I don't know. This is just off the top of my head just now. But we're going to try to do some things like that. So next week, we're talking to Ron Marshall. I'm like 99% sure. I don't have my planner. About the new hive system he made for tarantulas. They are awesome. You guys have to check them out. Marshall Arachnids. Go check it out now. You don't have to wait. I don't think we'll be able to get you a discount because they're selling out within a day every time he gets a new batch in. They're not a ton. I mean, he's getting in like 20, maybe at a time, and they're gone. So they're like $100. They're worth every penny. I don't know. The only question is, can you afford it for a tarantula? So if you can, I can't recommend them enough. And they're going to be getting better and better. This is like version 1. Okay. Your orange koi took forever to take off. Don, dude, you got to start with 50 clowns. If you want clowns to take off, you got to start with 50. That's it. Nobody I know that started with less than 50 had success. If you have, awesome, good for you. I don't know a story where people started with less than 50. I had colony after colony die of 12 counts, and even ones that showed up with babies die, down to the 1. And then and they were being kept the same as everything else. And then I got 50 from somebody who felt bad because they kept dying. Because I ordered like 6 colonies. I ordered 6 colonies over time. As soon as I got 50, explosion. I had them everywhere. So I sold them out when I sold a bunch of my colonies. I sold them. But the orange koi, they're still doing pretty good. I sold them off twice. And I still have a couple hundred now. So Major, they're cheap now. Get 50. Find somebody that'll give you overcounts or do it over the course of a couple months because they'll live. Like, they're not just gonna die, but get clowns. They're a great pod. Armadillidium babies. How are you gonna go wrong with armadillidium? Yeah, we're gonna talk innovation. We're gonna talk about Marshall's hives and innovation. Okay, we're gonna use the Patreon to try to do good things, not just. I can't really use that much money for the show. It's not a ton of money, so it won't really boost the show. I have cameras, I have lights, I have more lights than I know what to do with. I have, you would think I'd get it right. I have mics, 2 mics, 3 cameras. None of them are any good. I still have isopods. I'm not into it as much anymore. I will say sandstone, armadillidium. I don't know the second part, but armadillidium, the sandstone, I don't have it with me. Might be one of my new favorites. So they're pretty cool. The microphone's working good. I have a snowball. I like it. The blue is the brand. I have a black one and a white one. I like the white one better for aesthetics. It matches my whole thing down here. I can't tell if Major's teasing me or not. I don't have a problem when I listen to the show. I feel like I have a good mic. Maybe not. It's good for me. But yeah, okay, guys. So I know I said I was going to go like 5 minutes ago. So I'm going to go. Look forward to next week's video. Ryan has never canceled on me yet. Fingers crossed it doesn't happen. I did get a comment. I don't remember from who, but people do tend to cancel on the show. You know what? It's not their main thing. So I get it. They have other things going on. This is like a thing. My voice is pretty raspy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, Don did it. Oh, I started with 20 and I did fine. No, that's good. That's good. I did not dial in on it fast enough. But yeah, so next week will be good. We've got Scott Ellicott's going to come back on. We're going to talk about starter colonies rants, setting them up from queens. And that'll be our goal with that one. So I am going to let you guys go do your own thing. So it's a little shorter episode, 10 minutes less. But I loved having you. Thank you so much for joining me again. I appreciate it so much. God bless and have a great night. Thank you.